Alright everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Before We Leave. Hope everyone is doing great today. I know that I am. Today is July the 7th of 2020 and we're jumping right back on into this series. So I did take a couple days off there over the 4th of July weekend just to spend time with friends and family and just do a little relaxation since we had been cranking out daily episodes for about a month or so, maybe a little over a month there for a while. But we are obviously now back. I am refreshed and I'm ready to go. But we're actually probably going to be wrapping up this series relatively soon once we start getting into this purple research that we've discovered. You may also notice that I have changed my audio settings a little bit. I noticed that my voice was a little bit lower on some of the more recent episodes. And so I just went ahead and I tried to bump up the volume of my voice a little bit. I just tinkered with a few things, so we'll see how it goes for this episode. I did do some test recordings, and I was decently happy with it, but you really don't know until you get an episode posted out there on YouTube. I also did bump up the in-game SFX volumes as well for this game. So you might hear a little bit more background noise. I don't know how I feel about that because it's nothing really crazy. It's mainly just waves and birds and so on and so forth. So I don't know if it's really worth it, but I figured I would bump it up just a teeny bit more so it didn't sound like some static in the background. That maybe we make it out a little bit more. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll just have to see once we get everything posted and once we are good to go on it. So anyway, with that being said, I did tinker around in here when I was doing a little bit of test recording because... Well, I was test recording. I wanted to tinker around. I just did a few things to prep. I caught myself back up where we were at with this. So we are currently on our fourth planet on Mercury, our fourth planet that we've discovered, which is Mercury. And this is where we had discovered the purple research that we pronounced in the last episode. That was our main catch in the last episode, was finding all of this purple technology that we can utilize in our library research. So what I went ahead and did was trying to find a way to accumulate all the different research that we have into one central location. So what I ended up going with is sending everything to Earth. We don't have supply lines set up between planets yet, so ultimately Earth is our main hub for all of our resources. So if we wanted to send stuff, we would have to first send it to Earth to then jump onto another ship to be sent to a different planet. Or we create a whole new trade spaceship and use that between planets. I don't think that's worth it. That's a lot of resources to put in to make another ship just to be used between planets. And a lot of people as well. Not a ton, but still a decent amount of people. So I figured, hey, let's just send everything we have research-wise to Earth, because the research that we discover is universal. So we could unlock research on Earth and it'd be applied to all of our planets, which is super nice. So that's the plan that we're going to go with. I got that set up in our trade routes, in our system view. But we do need to keep things going on this planet. We need to get it up and running a little bit better than what we do have going. So I added in some roads going this way. I added in a woodcutter way back here, and actually, you know what, my OCD is now dawning on me, and I feel like this road just needs to go straight like that. Straight into there, like so. So we're going to take out these trees here, and then get the road going right in here. But yeah, I realized that we didn't have any wood production going because we didn't have a woodcutter on this planet yet. There we go, there's that. Let me actually turn my game volume down a little bit on my end so I can hear a little bit better. But ultimately, we kind of have some good routes laid out here, and there's just so much research to collect on this island. I think it's kind of insane. So I think our next step really is to get a resource gatherer up and going to go out and collect that research for us, an explorer's hut. But we do need 4 wood. Let me bump it into a little bit of a higher gear. Actually, there we go. We got enough wood right away. So, where would we like to stick this one? Realistic, well, that tile could be used like so. That tile could be used like so. Or these could be, that's probably the more reasonable one, is these ones are going to be used, but this one right here tucked in the corner more than likely will not be used. So let's stick our explorer's hut right there. I think that's a good place for it. We'll also want to get going on some of this resource collecting up here. I did jump back over to our Mars planet to see what we had going on over there, and I realized we're completely out of iron over there. We cannot produce any more iron or tools on Mars anymore. So everything is going to be reliant on Earth, and really we don't have a ton of red research either, so we might need to jump over to Venus, because I think Venus did have red research, if I'm not mistaken. We can double check here. And if they do, we need to send that back. It does not look like they do. We did discover more on this planet though, so let's kind of scroll over to this snowy area. Unfortunately, they only have green there, so, and then there's red there. So we do have red research on this island. So we actually might need to spend a little bit more time here coming and getting this red research and getting things set up a little bit better on Venus than what we currently have, because we don't really have things set up in a good way. And we do need 25 adults on this island in order for us to be able to make anything. So I'm gonna plop a house down. We'll just plop one right there, just so that we have that prepared when the time does come that we would need additional red research. So right there, I'm guessing that we'll have at least maybe 2 more episodes on this series, depending on how things go. So we got our explorer's hut up and going, so it should be collecting all of our research, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, collecting everything there. So what we will want to do, which I don't think I did when I double checked our supply lines, I did not set it up so that our ship from Mercury is sending all of the research back. So let's send that. Let's send that. And let's send that. I don't think there will be any red research, but let's just have it all go back. I don't know how I'm feeling about this background SFX volume. Maybe we'll just turn it off. I don't know. I'll just turn it down a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how it is. I don't know how I feel on it, because it's just very ominous. Like, I feel like the music would make more sense to have going, but obviously we can't do that. So let's head back to Mercury here. And let's see, what do we need next then, realistically? So that's all being sent back to Earth, or it should be, once we get things going. Especially that purple research will be really good. I guess we could really quickly take a look at our library and see what our options are for our next research. So we kind of went over it when we discovered the purple stuff, but this time, well, actually I just kind of want to run back through it. So there's not a ton of stuff, but there's a decent amount of stuff that needs purple. There's what, 1, 2, 3 things that need red. So what is that, 90? That's 130. So 220, right? We need 220 red research, and there's definitely not that much left. So we will definitely have to go to Venus. So, which is perfectly fine. We can do that. I'm just trying to think. That's kind of, oh, I guess we don't have those connected, which we probably should do for the time being, so that they can easily get back and forth. That actually looks kind of cool. Maybe we'll keep it like that. Okay, so we have a lot of our resources coming to this island anyway. We don't necessarily need to have them set up so we're producing a lot of stuff other than food and water. Food and water are the key things so far here. We obviously want the research. I'm just debating if it makes sense to set anything additional up here. I don't think so. We do have iron production here that we could tap into. We could get up there and collect some of these iron resources, which might actually be very beneficial. So let me get some stuff set up around that, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've actually spent a lot of time kind of just doing some maintenance items here. So as you can see, we're back on Earth, and I just went ahead and I needed to put some things in. So I put in some more warehouses here to account for some of the items that we're getting back to the planet. So we were overloaded with tools, we were overloaded with gadgets. Gadgets were actually taking up our whole landing pad inventory. Luckily, it's been chopped down quite a bit now. We still have a decent amount that is flowing in, as well as iron ore, which we probably should get sorted out. I think I have a warehouse dedicated to iron ore, if I'm not mistaken. That's honestly the hardest thing, is just going through and finding which one is which. Yeah, here it is right here. So let's actually upgrade that bad boy. That'll give it double the storage, which is perfect. I already upgraded our gadget warehouse. We're already holding 240, and then it says in here that we already have an additional 80 in there, so we're probably going to want to get another gadget warehouse up and going. But as you can see, it starts accumulating relatively quickly here. It's kind of hard to stop when you start getting into things, and unfortunately for us, we are kind of running out of space over here. As you can see, we got a ton of warehouses. We can't really do too much here, so I've expanded out this way, and I put another woodcutter over here because I took the one out over this way. Now, the amount of yield from woodcutting over here that'll actually get done is yet to be seen, because there's one here, one here, one here, and then there's that one over there as well. But I figured it was a kind of a cool place to tuck it back in there. I took this one over here out, like I said, because I'm planning on putting housing over here. As you can see, we're at 88 people, and there are no empty posts, which is good, and there are no idle workers. But obviously, as we add more things in, it's quickly going to get to that point. So I just want to be prepared, and I have this nice little area laid out for that, because I figured it would be a good place for them, relatively close to the warehouses and so on and so forth. I was tempted to move a lot of our fields, but that was kind of a lot of work to try to get done, so I figured, hey, let's not worry about that right now. Let's just focus on something that is feasible, which was putting the people over this way. So this is where our next housing is going to be set up. And realistically, we're going to have to start getting some more warehouses up and going here. And that's what I had set this whole lane over there out for. And actually over here, I had set this up to be the same way. But we're getting kind of full up over on this location here. I mean, we could put a warehouse right there, but I do want to have enough places for houses. So this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 places for housing. So, and then I think I'm going to leave that as is, because I think our woodcutter comes all the way out to there. So I think really what we'll want to do is, if we're going to put another warehouse, let's put it, oh, we could put it this way too. Nah, we'll put it this way. And I mean, we could put some warehouses up here if we really wanted to, but that's kind of a far hike for them to go for certain things. Now, stone could probably be put up here if we really wanted to. But again, it's kind of a hike. I want to try to have things centrally located. I mean, that's your ultimate goal. Have a lot of things in close proximity so it doesn't take a very long time for your peeps to get to where they need to be going to. I'm going to bump that up into 4th. So yeah, we'll have this new warehouse again dedicated to gadgets, so we can just keep some more here on the planet. But I did end up going ahead and making another trade ship, because I figured it would be good to create a trade between Mercury and Mars to send iron ore to Mars, because we have that production there on Mars where we can make iron ore, we can make tools, like the availability is there. So I figured, why not just have that set up there as well, have that supply line set up there. That's not what I wanted. I wanted gadgets. There we go. Gadgets. Cool. And 120 should be fine to get us started with. It'll start emptying out this bad boy again, and it'll keep it relatively low. Luckily for us, it does hold up to 480, which is kind of crazy. I mean, that's a lot of storage that we can have in there. But obviously, we don't want to be maxing it out, because then it just holds up everything. But yeah, so we created this. Let's actually launch it, get it out into outer space, and let's go to our system view here. Hope you guys didn't hear that on through my microphone there. Okay, so now we need to go to supply lines, manage shipping, and we're going to add a lane. So we're going to add one between Mercury and Mars. So we just got to look for the right one here. It does look like we are out of research on that planet, on Mars, so we could actually nix these off of there. And then from sending to Mercury to Earth, we have all the research there. And I'll keep that on. It shows as red right now because they probably don't have any backstored, but we'll quickly have that filled up, and then it'll become possible to send it. So from Mercury, we are sending iron ore all the way to Mars. Now, you may think it's a little bit weird to do that considering we have all of the resources that we would need on Earth to have that production there. But, as you saw, Earth is getting a little overloaded right now. If we could mitigate the amount of base resources that are there, that'd be great. And so by sending the iron ore to Mars, it gives us an opportunity to get iron production going up there. Well, we already have it there. We can get some iron, more iron production going there because we'll actually have the resources for it. And then we can make more tools, and then we could easily just send those tools from Mars back to Earth. Because I know that we have tool production on Mars. So if we jump out of our supply lines here, we're gonna head to the Mars. And we've been getting a lot of space whales recently, but luckily our space elevator has been doing amazing for us. There you go, takes the bait. Yeah, our space elevator has been saving our butts consistently, which is awesome. But yeah, on this planet, we do have a toolsmith and we do have an iron smelter. We just didn't have the resources for it. So really, we can get this up and going. It'll start getting some iron to start smelting up. It'll start getting some tools produced here. And then once we get a decent backlog of tools, we could easily send those to Earth if we wanted to, or we can just have them here on the planet. Or we could just send them back to Mercury. Could easily do that as well. Again, that would take time. It is ideal to have things like that set up on the planet that you're going to be using them on, because it just makes it a little bit more convenient. Are we seriously, we're out of research on this island? Holy smokes, I thought we were, I didn't think we were out of research on this island, but we're completely out of research. That guy just went through and destroyed finding all of that research. Holy smokes, I was not expecting that. Wow, okay. I mean, that's good. I mean, it's really good that they went through and we got all of the research taken care of. There's nothing left on this island. But is then there any reason to continue right now here? I don't think there really is. We have this iron being pulled up here, and then that's going to get sent to Mars. But for the time being, I don't think we need to expand anymore on this. There's really no reason to. Okay. Well, we'll leave it be then for now. I love how elaborate our islands are starting to get on our different planets because we know how to structure things based on Earth, whereas our Earth one is just a huge cluster of impossibleness. It's hilarious. And we're so far along, it would take more effort to try to move things than it would even be worth it. So, alright, so I guess we need to head to Venus then, because we really need to get a colony ship up and going. So we did run out of iron on this planet. We do have research that we could get on this one. We have blue research we could grab. I don't know how much we have on Earth. It would be probably beneficial to go ahead and see what we have. But we do have a shipwright somewhere, I believe, right? Yeah, over here, we have our shipwright and then we have our port. So we are going to want to get a colony ship up and going. So we'll get that going there. And things are being done here. So do we have, I don't think there's no other iron on this planet right now for us to make use of. So we could get rid of the iron mine realistically because there's nothing over there for us. And then what we can put in is another explorer's hut to start getting research from this island. Now, where can we stick this? That makes sense. We could put it up there. I mean, they're ultimately going to have to go back to the library, which is way over here. We might just have this extend further, realistically. So maybe we'll nix this, we'll nix that. We're gonna nix those. And then what we're gonna do is put our explorer's hut right there. That should do it for us. We'll get that going so they'll start getting research here. And then we're getting the ship up and going here so that we can actually go out and colonize that deserty island and get that red research, because that's what we really, really do need. We need that red research. Just about ready for that. So while that's going, let's actually hop back to Earth and let's get some research up and going, because we do have enough items in order to do that. So as you can see, we have a plenty of green, we have a little bit of blue, we're really lacking on the red sphere, and then purple, we are really good to go. So we have 4 different things that we could go with. We have protective clothing, shielding, battery power, and lasers. Let's take a peek at lasers. So it allows the construction of those certain types of mines which produce astrobalinium, and deep mines which produce infinite stone or iron ore, which actually could help solve the problem that we were having where we were running out of things. So let's do that research. I think that would be kind of cool to get going. Now, unfortunately, that did chew up a lot of our red research, so we can't really do much else. I guess really it would have been smart if we did the battery power and then we got filtering, but to each their own, it's perfectly fine. We could also do protective clothing, which protects your peeps when they're working on those deposits, which actually probably would be good as well, since we're obviously going to get those up and going relatively soon. I'm curious if that means that they're going to be collecting those items that are out in the ocean. I'm curious if that's what it means. Well, let's head back to Venus then. Our colony ship should be ready to go by now, or at least it's relatively close. It will notify us once our research is done on Earth and we can hop back over there and double check on it. I know it's a little bit of a pain to have to keep going back and forth between the 2 planets, but I think ultimately it was probably the smartest move to just centralize all of that stuff. Cool, so we got our ship ready to go. We already know which way we're heading, so let's just start heading that way. Now, this island is kind of interesting because there's already some pollution here. And I think actually realistically over there would be our best place to start setting things up. If we come up this way, maybe we'll try to get it up this way. And we'll get things set up on this corner, and then we'll start spreading out. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're right off the bat going to have to start doing some cleaning here on this island. So let's colonize this. We just need to put in our port here. Let's go around like so. How do we want it to go? We can only do it on these items right here. We could do it just like that. So then I think that would be fine. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. So we got our next island set up. What did we name our first island? Anything at all? No, we just left it as Island 1. Super original. So let's say, what should this one be? This one has blue research on it, so we'll name it Blue. Blue 1. And then this is going to be... Oh, it's going to get confusing though if I do 1. Let's just do this one as Red. Reds? Yeah, let's do... Nah, not reds. Let's not make it plural. Let's just do red. Red. And then, yeah, let's change this to just normal blue. I mean, it's not really going to make sense once all the research is gone, but that's a-okay. We can figure that out as we need to. So, we can start getting things set up through here. We can nix out a bunch of this junk over here. And we do have... What is this? Is this ancient ruins here? Yes, we do. But there is a chance that we could have another Minotaur situation, which we really don't want to have. We definitely want to get some housing set up ASAP. And we're probably going to need a trade ship going relatively quickly. We did complete our laser research. What does that fall under? Nothing on this island because we don't have a library. So let's actually hop back over here. Under here, there we go. So now we have these astrobalium mines. We have the deep mine, and then we just have the normal one, which will give us that astrobalium, which is kind of cool. I don't know what it's necessarily needed for. I don't know where we can really... I guess we could place it anywhere. I wish we could place it out in the ocean to collect some of these things. But for whatever reason, it's not an option. Where are some of these things? Can we find some of them? I know we've seen them before. There they are. Yeah, I don't know why. Can't do those, and then you can't do that here either. But these things look sick. Look at these. I'm just gonna kind of zoom in here. Look at those. Wow. It does cause a lot of pollution though. But we could put that on our main island back on Earth. That could be very good to do. We could do that. We're obviously gonna have to spend a lot of time on this island getting things up and running. But that isn't too much of a worry. I think we should be fine with it. I actually want to do it like this. We'll nix that out like so. And then we'll just have this kind of go up. And then over. And then we can have that kind of veer off. We could have some something over here. And then... probably our best bet would be to do that, like so. So we can have all of this utilized out this way. We're definitely going to want to get some housing going. Our normal routine here. Let me see here. Well, we can't do anything until we have a library on this island. Where's our library? Let's get that built. And we're going to put it... right out here. I think that will be good. And once that gets built, we can figure out where we're putting certain things. Because I kind of want to figure out where I want to structure everything. I think it would be fine to start putting some... if we put housing right over here, maybe? Like all along here. And there. I'm trying to think this one through here. Or would it make sense to have this? No, it wouldn't make sense to have it kind of swoop down like so. Alright, I'm way overthinking this. Let's just put this here and that there. We'll get 2 huts going. That should be suffice for them. But yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's head back to Earth real quick. They're not going to be happy on that island. That's for sure. And let's just kind of see really quickly what we got going on here. So we did have those new mining capabilities, which are pretty cool. We also have the protective elevator. So it allows peeps to survive on... Okay. Interesting. But how does that... like, I'm so confused as how that one works. This is not very well explained to us, I feel like. And do we want to have this on an island that matters so much to us, you know? Or do we want to have it on something that isn't as... that we wouldn't necessarily be too worried about? I mean, this causes a ton of pollution. Just a ton. Yeah, maybe we want it on an island that isn't necessarily going to be bad. So, I mean, we could go to Mars. We could go to Mars and try it out there. I don't know if we have enough resources there. But, I mean, we definitely have plenty of space up here that we could give one of these a go. Yeah, this confuses me. Allowing to survive on those. What are we missing? Tools. We need more tool production here. But this is for what? This is the... yeah, that's unlimited of those, and then this is making the other items. So, I mean, we could put this in here somewhere. What would we need? We need the road to come out like so. And then we would be able to put something like that in. So if we put this in, I mean, it was literally just working for us. I'm so confused. It should be able to fit there. Oh, you can't place it on that type of tile. And you can't place it on that type of tile. Oh, okay. So you literally... Where can we place this then? Snow colonies? Does it have to be on a snow block? Let's try that. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff here. You can't place it on there. So where can you place this then? Let's head back to... I know I'm running out of time here. Let's head back to Venus really quick. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, you can't even place it here. Can't place it on those. I'm so confused then where you utilize these at. Because it doesn't really tell us. Let's go into our thing here. Maybe, well, it allows the construction of the mines and deep mines, okay. And then we did the protective clothing as well, which I was assuming that the clothing would be, what is this? A solar generator. Yeah, we've seen those and we can place them here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And I guess I'm gonna have to look into this a little bit more. Beryllium tiles. Oh, can we place this out in the water, maybe? Question mark? Or maybe we haven't discovered an island that has that yet. Interesting. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to have to do some research on that. I'm going to have to figure it out because, honestly, I'm not really sure on what we got to do for that. But, obviously, we have a ton of stuff left to do, I guess, then. Because we are now acquainted with those Astrobellium. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. A new resource that we can get, and then obviously we still have a ton of research that we can do that we need our red research here from Venus in order to complete. Just a few more things, 5 more items that we need to research, and then we're done with the research. So yeah. So guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. Love reading through all of your comments. If you're new to the channel, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Lets you know every single time a new episode is posted to the channel. I do stream over on Twitch, so you can check that link in the description as well. Currently, my schedule is Friday afternoons from about 12:30 p.m. till 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is here in the States. And we kind of just mix it up. Currently, we're playing the Outer Worlds. I've played Minecraft before. I've played Batman Arkham Asylum. It's a whole slew of different games. We just kick back and relax and have a good time. So if you're interested in that, check it out in the description. I also have my Discord link down there where I post updates if anything changes as well. But other than that, guys, thank you for sticking through till the end. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.